welcome to Sushi Bites. It's pretty common knowledge that if you're playing Japanese games as a non-native speaker, you're going to run into a lot of problems understanding what's going on. I've shelved so many great and bad games that I've wanted to cover because getting through them would have required hours of bashing my head against the wall. I discovered a trick some time ago, and you're going to kick yourself for not thinking of this, but just play rhythm games. Rhythm games are almost always my go-to kind of Japanese game, because the act of pressing buttons in time with music doesn't really require a lot of explanation, and moon runes don't get in the way of good tunes. At least, that's what I thought to be the case. Then I just so happened to find a rhythm game where knowing Japanese is a necessity if you want to score big.
Knucklehead!
Boy, was I wrong to think I could just swoop right in to Uta Kumi, Go Shichigo. This is a rhythm game that has you completing the lyrics in real time, alongside pressing stuff in time with the music. The better the lyrics fit, and the more they make sense, the more they score. But before we dive into the game, let's get some basic background knowledge on what Go Shichigo is.
SEGA.
Video game developer and publisher SEGA had this vision: to give people, regardless of their knowledge or musical skill, the ability to create and share songs online using Yamaha's VOCALOID technology. Without the need for digital workstations, VST plugins and other extraneous tech, and all the user would need was their own iPhone. This idea would be called Projecto Go Shichigo, or Project 575, and at the start, 2 Vocaloid characters were created for the project, Azuki and Matcha.
Here we have Azuki. Azuki has a overall red design, styled after the type of Adzuki bean for which she is named. She is a Gemini born on June 11th. She is very open and allows her feelings to dictate her actions. She's also incredibly affectionate and clingy towards her friend Matcha. And here is Matcha. As you can see, she sports a green aesthetic, styled after the green tea for which she is named. She is a Virgo, born on September 13th. And that number 13 definitely plays into her suspicious nature, as she believes in evil spirits. Matcha is somewhat of a cat whisperer, able to communicate in meows.
Nya, nya 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 nya. Nya 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 nya. Oh. Nyatte.
Along with the girls came a premise, a story. Azuki and Matcha are schoolgirls in the city of Kamakura.
Kamakura, yes, queen!
Bored of their daily routine and spurred on by a poster about food written in haiku, the girls decide to write and perform haiku-like songs and share them online, hence 575. The first Project 575 release would be an app called Go Shichigo Utayomi, or 575 Song Reader, and it was released exclusively for iOS on July 26, 2013. The app provides the user with empty song shells which they could inject a 575 haiku into. Just like that, they could create their own song. This is a haiku of the user's own design. They could put down any hiragana they want. The app was basically a song creation tool, with some gamey extras like interacting with the characters, taking augmented reality photographs, and some character customization features. SEGA went all out with this property, with merchandising plans and everything. Figurines and teacups for green tea, a series of animated shorts, and of course, the video game. SEGA released Uta Kumi Go Shichigo Song Builder 575 for the PlayStation Vita in Japan on January 23rd, 2014. This release bookended the 4-episode series of 3-minute shorts that aired on Tokyo MX and TVK in Japan. The game launched at 7,350 yen for the standard box release and 9,500 yen for the limited edition with extra merchandise. Adjusted for inflation, that's 78 or 101 US dollars in today's money. Song Builder is a cross between a rhythm game and a song building application, though you only have pre-made blocks to work with this time. No freedom to make them sing faku 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 like I want them to. To progress through the game, the player needs to watch a cutscene and complete the short and medium versions of each in-game song on each calendar day. When playing a song, the player must deal with different types of notes, which are cleared in certain ways. Pink notes and varying effect notes are hit using the on-screen panels on the left and on the right. If they have a long tail, the on-screen button must be held down for the duration of the note and released at the end. Pretty standard stuff. Blue notes are hit using the back panel of the PlayStation Vita. I find it difficult to hit these in time with the song, but the game tends to be fairly lenient with these, so it's not a problem. And lastly, what makes the game not so simple for baka Gaijin like me, song lyrics that are tapped on screen to inject them into the song. The better the lyrics you put in, the more you score. Sometimes it's pretty simple. There's a gap and one piece the perfect size, making the process easy. Other times there's a whole bunch of varying lengths, and you've got maybe half a second to slot in the correct words. I don't think my struggle with this and my lack of Japanese language understanding are mutually exclusive. I think Japanese players might struggle a little with this too. After beating the short and medium length versions of a song, you can unlock the long versions, but these must be purchased using in-game currency, which is earned by playing well. After buying a song, some word packs, character costumes and scenes, you'll easily blow through your in-game earnings. Getting through the game and reaching the credits is pretty straightforward, provided you're halfway decent at rhythm games. Getting those trophies is another beast entirely. If you've got a decent knowledge of the Japanese language, it's really not that hard to strike platinum, so I'm told. But without knowing the songs well, and being able to read hiragana, you need nothing short of assistance from Kami-sama himself if you're looking to nab that platinum. This might be a good game for those learning Japanese, as you'll need to be able to read and understand Japanese on the fly if you want to score high. Graphically, this game is incredibly appealing, with Azuki and Matcha springing to life, and dancing and singing away. Not once did I notice any slowdown during gameplay, no graphical glitches, no unforeseen issues. The video footage doesn't quite capture how clean and crisp the game looks on that Vita screen. It has to be the nicest screen ever on a dedicated gaming handheld. Uta Kumi Go Shichigo is a perfectly pleasant rhythm game with 35 songs and various remixes arrangements to unlock and play. It has a great deal of replay value in its trophies, and would no doubt be a solid recommendation to anybody who thinks they can manage with all that hiragana. Azuki and Matcha would go on to star in another Vita rhythm game, which I'd love to take a look at next time, technology, sanity, and lockdown permitting. That's Uta Kumi. You have just watched Sushi Bites. Thank you for your time.